Hours away, my next guest, Jamal James, defends his WBA welterweight title against Radzhab Butaev live on Showtime in the main event. Jamal, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Ready to go. Thanks
Ready
for
to
having
go?
me.
My,
Yeah.
my, my, my pleasure. Talk about Butaev. What's he bring to the table on Saturday night?
You know, when it's a title fight, all these guys are bringing their A game. Um, but I'm bringing my A game, my A plus game. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what makes him different than these other guys, if anything. But I'm not overlooking them. But I feel extremely confident and I'm ready to go.
Obviously, this starts a big stretch for Showtime, and actually a big night of welterweight boxing with Jaron Anderson, the co-feature. The welterweight division seems to be hot. Obviously, we have a big fight with Crawford and Sean Porter in a couple weeks. Where does Jamal James fit in with a big win on Saturday night?
At the top, man, and mixing it up with all them top guys. You know what I mean? I've been saying it for years. I think, being able to showcase on Showtime in Vegas definitely is a bigger platform. And, getting a spectacular win tonight or Saturday night will prove that more than anything.
You mentioned I just watched the press conference, and obviously, I know you mentioned several times you're not looking past Butaev, but I think the name that kind of sticks in your craw a little bit is your Dennis Ugas. Your only blemish is a fight that you took on. I remember because I remember working that fight back up at Turning Stone. You took that fight on a few days' notice, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. It was like literally the week of the fight, and like you said, like a few days' notice. Um, But I got an old soul, man. I don't like to. I don't bring it up as much because I don't like to sound like I'm making excuses. But I obviously, anybody who knows boxing, if we both had full camps, I would be interested to see what that outcome looks like. I think Ugas has done a spectacular job with his career ever since he beat me. He's been on a winning streak. He just beat Pacquiao in magnificent fashion. So big shout out to him and congratulations. But I'm the WBA regular champion, you the WBA super champion. It only makes sense that we run it back so we can just make one single welterweight WBA champion.
It says Butaev is undefeated, but a couple fights back, he did get his hand raised in a fight against Alexander Besputin. Besputin later tested positive, and the fight was ruled a no contest. Do you was there stuff in that fight that I don't know if you looked at it, that you feel that showed some vulnerabilities from Butaev?
Yeah, a little bit. I seen the fight, but you don't want to put too much faith in just watching one fight because guys obviously will go back and fix whatever mistakes they did, and then if you think they're coming out fighting like they did in that fight, they might come out and fight totally different. But I definitely seen it. And then again, sometimes, guys have bad habits where, they might fight differently at first, but as fatigue sets in, they'll fall back into those bad habits, and then you can start to capitalize on that. My whole philosophy is you really don't know till you in there until the leather start getting slang around. You know what I mean? So we're going to see.
I guess it's every young fighter's dream I guess, coming up, thinking about headlining in Las Vegas. And you're a guy from Minnesota. Were these thoughts ever in your mind as a young fighter coming up?
They were always in my mind, you know what I mean? But it's just a blessing to actually see it come to fruition, you know what I mean? And it's a blessing to be here now. I got a lot of family in Vegas. My grandmother retired and moved to Vegas. So it makes me proud that she could drive the strip and see my face on the big screen right there on the strip on the Mandalay Bay, showcasing on Saturday night. So I definitely feel the love, man. And, we're going to go out here and give these people a show. You know what I mean?
I just wanted a couple things about Minnesota. I remember from when I was working on that fight, you talked a lot about all the stuff that you give back to the community in Minnesota, what you do for the kids. So to talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, man. Obviously, anybody who's been paying attention knows that, Minnesota, especially Minneapolis, went through some serious times and is still going through some serious times. And what you see is a lot of these young men and women out here who are extremely frustrated, angry, saddened, and don't know the right way to get that energy off. You know what I mean? Um, and that's what the circle is all about. It's about instilling discipline and confidence in young men and women. It's about, building leadership skills and qualities within these young men and women. So when something is wrong, they can go about making change in the correct way. You know what I mean? If there is a correct way, you know what I mean? But a more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue, man. I can't think of the word, but it was right there. But a more receiving way, where everybody can get on board with it, so it can be a long-standing change. You know what I mean? The circle is obviously open to everybody, so we got adults as well as young men and women, and we got people from all cultural backgrounds up in there. But it's a village and it's a family, and it's just all about coming together, talking about our differences, and having a safe space where you can feel comfortable talking about them, and thinking of some solutions for a lot of these problems that are present.
Yeah, and obviously you're talking about the horrible situation involving George Floyd about a year and a half ago. After that, especially because it was probably just miles from where where you do your thing, where your gym is. You as a mentor, obviously you're a mentor to people, and obviously because I know you and your family are very involved with this. How much more maybe people came up to you and maybe joined the circle, or just pick your brain for stuff?
A lot, man, a lot. You know what I mean? They've come up to me. I've said in a press conference, boxing is such a unique sport that during hard times and revolutions and depressions and stuff like that, people can rally behind a champion that they hold high in the boxing community. And it kind of brings people together, where it brings opportunity, where you can discuss these things, and start to find, a middle ground or solutions or something like that. You know what I mean? If you look at how Ali uses this platform, even Joe Louis, you know what I mean? How people rallied around him during those times and stuff like that. And I just feel blessed to be somebody coming out of Minnesota where I get that type of energy received and love and support from my city. You know what I mean? It's unique because I'm very versatile. I know people on both sides of the playing field, and with difference of opinions, high differences of opinions and stuff. But when I talk to them, they listen more clearer than they would an average Joe, because they know who I am. They know that I'm a champion. They know that, I had to pay the cost to be in this position. You know what I mean? And that demands respect from anybody. And with that, I intend to use that platform to kind of create some positive change.
It's amazing what that WBA belt means to people. Some are just they're a world champion, but for you, it gives you so much credibility with what the message that you're trying to do, especially now in your home city. That when the kids, or even like you said, the adults, they see that world championship belt. You probably brought it to the gym 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much does that not that you need any more credibility because you're a terrific fighter and a terrific person, but they see that you're a world champion and you actually have the thing wrapped around your shoulder, whatever. What's that do for them?
Well, I think what it does is it highly inspires people, because that you don't just get one of those. You know what I mean? That's not something that people just get easy. I had to pay extreme dues to get it, just like all the other champions had to pay extreme dues to get their titles, right? And I think though that they understand that, and being somebody that they can be so close to from Minnesota that was able to be successful and just kind of stayed on the path. It just inspires them to kind of go for what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? And it makes them, like I said before, it kind of makes them listen to me more and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to abuse that authority, but I do want to, with that authority comes, I feel like a certain duty. When I see things that ain't going right, then I feel like I should speak on it, or it needs to be addressed, so we can make some different things happen.
A couple more quick questions. We'll let you go. Thank you for a few minutes of your time. Obviously, there's all kinds of motivations. We mentioned about fighting the Crawfords and those type of people, but just the last thing on the circle of discipline, these people you speak to, how much are they a motivational factor for you?
Oh man, the circle, man, my organization, my city, my family, they're my huge motivation. They're the reason I'm really fighting now. You know what I mean? Again, if I was just fighting for myself, then I reached my goals. I'm a world champion. You know what I mean? But now I'm fighting for something bigger than myself. You know what I mean? These people have shown me so much love and support, have dedicated their time and energy to me, so I can be where I'm at. And I just want to continue to make them proud. I want to continue to keep fighting for my city, for my organization, so I can put Minnesota on the map, make it a big boxing sport like it should be, and just inspire, man. That's the whole mission of Shango Nation. Shango Nation is my business. I'm not Team Shango, I'm Shango Nation, and that's what it's all about. Is using your platform to inspire others and leading them to make them use their platforms to inspire others.
Every time I have Caleb Truex on, I always ask him the questions. First time I had the pleasure of interviewing you. You coming into a Prince song on Saturday night?
I've come into so many Prince songs. I am not coming into a Prince song Saturday night, but best believe, mad love to Prince. The city bleeds purple, baby. You know what I mean? And he's a huge staple, obviously, in that state. And I definitely come out to him all the time. I actually fought in a suit that was purple and silver and gold, but it was like styled kind of like one of Prince's uniforms. I fought JoJo Dan in the suit. It was kind of smooth.
Well, maybe if you get rid of Butaev quickly, you'll get home in time. A big game for the Vikings on Sunday night. Cowboys coming to town.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta see what's going down.
What do you want to say to the fans out there before I let you go?
Oh man, I just appreciate the support, man. Follow me on Facebook and IG at Jamal Shango James or Shango Nation. Check out the circleofdiscipline.org. See the great stuff that we're doing. I'm looking at some of the comments. Big shout out to Terry Smooth Jr. over there. Appreciate the support, brother. Yeah, man, and just tune in Saturday night. I want to definitely thank my family, definitely thank my organization, and thank Al Heyman, PBC, and Show Boxing for the opportunity.
Well, we thank you for a few minutes of your time. We wish you best of luck, and your real credit, not only to the game of boxing, but your real credit to society for all that you do. Best of luck, and we hope to have you back on soon.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you.